All right, what's up, guys? The Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. Wrestling video, a little bit of news here and there and whatnot. It was understanding that TNA's Impact Wrestling on Thursday didn't even crack the top 100 on the cables market. People have to understand. Don't be really, uh, down on TNA for this because their shows right after lockdown weren't really up to par what they could have been, except for their live show when Eric Young won the TNA World Heavyweight Belt. And so the ratings were down a bit, and it's unfortunate too because Impact Thursday night was a really good show. It was very solid, a lot of wrestling, uh, not as many segments, but yeah. So I'm not discouraged over that. And of course, there's a lot of the WWE marks out there that really are down on any other wrestling promotion other than WWE, and I just don't understand it. To me, you're not a true wrestling fan if you're only a fan of the one promotion. A true wrestling fan is a fan like so many other guys out there, like Gemini, myself, uh, Boston fan, um, Andre Corbeil. I mean, there's tons of wrestling fans out there. Challenge Talks is a big WCW fan, and he's one of the guys I can relate to and talk to as well about WCW, as as well as my nephew Matt, WWE 9v1. He can tell you a stat from pretty much any pay-per-view that was out going way back, and he's only 21 years old. So, because I got him into wrestling a very, very long time ago, he used to come over to my house and watch every WCW pay-per-view and WWF pay-per-view when he was younger because I always ordered them all the time. So, but anyway, yeah. So the ratings down on TNA, but that's no biggie. And part of that is because of the spoilers that are out there. People will read up on it, and if they have something they might want to do other than watch TNA, they go off and do that. So, and then plus the fact too, I believe NXT on the network, WWE Network, is on at the same time. So there's a little competition there. Um, some other bits of wrestling news: TNA is forbidding their talent to really take any pictures with Jeff Jarrett. I guess that's understandable too because Jeff Jarrett's promotion is going to be a you know competition. So TNA was very upset with some of the talent that already did, like Angelina Love, Velvet Sky. Um, there's been a few others as well. So they were upset over that, and yeah, that's understandable because this is going to be competition, and this is going to be uh, I don't want to say it's going to be a dirty competition, but let's face it, Jeff Jarrett would love probably to take Dixie down because of their relationship. And right now, once Global Force Wrestling comes in, we're going to have four major promotions in my eyes. Ring of Honor, TNA, Global Force Wrestling, and of course the top dog, the WWE. Um, yeah, so there's a lot of things you know being talked about in the world of professional wrestling. And I did a video on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, which is the Iceman V2013 channel, about Hulk Hogan and how he was, probably the biggest wrestling superstar ever. Um, and he was the biggest wrestling superstar ever to be the biggest face in a promotion and be the biggest heel in another promotion. And I got a comment from a user saying that Austin is the all-time biggest star in the WWE, which totally, totally disagree with. It was Hulk Hogan. Um, Austin was very, very popular, but it was for a very short time. Hogan has been around forever, and his span in the WWE from '83 to '93, he was like up there on the top most of the time. So Austin was around for like what, 4 years, really, something like that, 4 or 5 years at the most. And yes, he was popular, but not of all time. Um, so you know, everybody has a right to their own opinion, but I go by the facts. And Hogan, probably the biggest face ever to become one of the biggest heels in the wrestling industry, and that proved it by watching WCW, NWO on Monday nights. So, but anyway, um, yeah, the wrestling world is somewhat quiet. Um, Not a heck of a lot going on. I don't know what everybody thought about the return of Kurt Angle on Impact on Thursday. Uh, Boy, he came back pretty quick. Um, but and then WWE is somewhat backstage. They were making fun of Eric Young recently becoming the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And I for one don't have a problem with Eric Young becoming champion. It's a guy that's been in the business for a long time and been dedicated to TNA. And Dixie did the right thing here, just for the simple fact is you gotta make the little guys, if you want to get stars in your company, you gotta give opportunities for the littler guys. Now, granted, Eric Young isn't on all the time. There was a span when we never saw him for a very, very long time, but he's back now, and I see no problem with it. You can't always give the title to the bigger stars. This is how you make big stars, is by giving opportunities to the younger talent, and a talent that really never had the opportunity to, get the title before. So kudos to Dixie for that, because I think Eric Young being champion is a good thing for TNA. I don't know how long his reign will last. I think he will survive past Sacrifice. Hopefully Magnus doesn't wrestle him again and get the belt back, because that would be sort of like discouraging to some of us wrestling fans that, you know, we're so happy to see Eric Young end up becoming the champion. So that, WWE, they're the bigger company, and their stars can make fun of TNA or any other promotion if they want to. But the bottom line is, look in the mirror, because your product isn't all that great either. So you got a few major stars in the WWE that are showcased, excuse me, every week. Um, they're at least they're doing something with the Shield. And one of the problems I do have really with the WWE is the U.S. title. Dean Ambrose has not defended that title in so long. Just let him lose it and give it to somebody that we can see defend the title, and make something out of these titles. They need to make these titles mean something. And that's the problem right now. Their their main events right now, other than Daniel Bryan in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship title, their other titles don't mean nothing. And we see a lot of the Shield now. They're going up against Evolution, which I think will be the main event at Extreme Rules, because I don't see how it can't be, because I don't see Kane and Daniel Bryan being a main event match. To be quite honest with you, I think with Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista going up against the Shield, I mean, that's got to be the main event in my eyes. I could be wrong, but I mean, Kane and Daniel Bryan just don't cut it to me for a huge main event. So there's, like I said, there's not really a heck of a lot going on in the wrestling world. Jeff Jarrett's, you know, plugging away on his promotion. I think possibly he will come out sooner than January of 2015. They're talking about possibly maybe September of this year, which would be totally awesome. Get everything all set and squared away, and we'd have 4 promotions we can watch. Now, Jarrett's going to have to find a night to put his uh, show on. We'll just have to wait and see what night he decides to do so. It'll probably be the one-off night that there isn't any other wrestling show on. But then again, then you wonder what Vince McMahon will do on the WWE network to counter that, because I'm sure he'll probably throw something up against it, like he has with NXT going up against Impact. So, but again, going back to the ratings and whatnot, ratings are down really with all wrestling from what it used to be. And the wrestling is still popular, but there is a lot of lost interest in the world of professional wrestling. And I think this is possibly going to be a period of time this year and next year that maybe it gets a big pop. And with Jeff Jarrett coming back, that's got to help. And the competition is so much more healthier when you have competition. Because, like I said before in many videos in the past, like with the WWE, when you have no competition, you don't have to create a great product because people will watch. But when there's competition, you have to prove to be just a little bit better than your competition. So you make your storylines better, you have better matches, and all in all, you have a way better show. So in any event, that's about all I got to say here on this Saturday. Um, Wrestling News Talk on Facebook. Check it out. Can-Am Wrestling Show tonight at 8 o'clock. Andre Corbeil and Big Ray. Check that out. And as always, we're all here for one thing. That's the line of Andre Corbeil, and he's absolutely correct. We're all here for wrestling. And, everybody's out there got a right to their own opinion, but, you know, sometimes your opinion isn't always right, just as the opinions by us guys aren't always right. So don't take it to heart when we say something and you disagree. Don't make it sound like we're totally wrong because it's just our opinion. Have a great Saturday night. Peace out, everybody. This is the Iceman.